What? Another video already? Well, strike while the iron's hot. I'm in the mood to record and just take a look at stuff. So, uh, yeah, do another video. I'm going to start this one off with a plug. You might be asking yourself, hey man, I used to like watching your videos. Where the hell have you been? Where did you go? Well, the same thing I was doing before I started doing YouTube, which is podcasts. Part of a long-running podcast since I want to say 2010 called Perfectly Sane Show, where we cover video games every week. I don't think we've really missed an episode, maybe once here and there, but always something up every week. As well as what I used to talk about on here quite a bit, movies. I have a spin-off podcast that me and my buddy Chris do, who is also from Perfectly Sane Show, called Movie Dudes. Not the most creative title, not the most creative show. We just review new movies that are out. We try to see what we can in the theaters. I try to catch up on everything I can that I did not see in theaters through Netflix and other means. So yeah, that's where I've been. You're like, you did these Breaking Bad videos and, other stuff and disappeared. Not really. I've been podcasting the whole time. So this is a little plug I'm going to plug Movie Dudes. Because that's one that has struggled to take off. Like I said, it was a spin-off of our video game show. And there was some interest in it. And then me and Chris stopped doing it for almost 2 years. Or 2 or 3 years, something crazy like that. And one of our friends said, hey, why haven't you done Movie Dudes in a while? And we've been doing it weekly since. So, with a few exceptions. Sometimes we'll take a week off because there's not much to talk about. But, please give us a listen. Subscribe to us on iTunes. If you look up Movie Dudes, you will see 2 different podcasts that you could subscribe to. Just look for the one that has stuff from the last year, because the other one is from when we first started the show. It's a long story. Anyways, please subscribe to Movie Dudes. It's a fun podcast. It's pretty short, usually under an hour, and we try to cover what's going on in movies and TV. This week coming up, we're doing Alien Covenant. We did a whole series rewatch and review of the Alien series, Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. Chris watched those AVP movies. We talked Prometheus, and like I said, this coming week, Alien Covenant. Week after that, Pirates. I'm doing a deep dive on 80s horror and sci-fi that I've never seen somehow, even though the 80s were kind of my era, and that's all I watched as a kid was like horror and sci-fi. There's plenty of things I missed, so I'm going back and checking things out. So like this week, for example, I'm going to be talking about The Hidden. I'm going to be talking about John Carpenter's Starman. We have another series of things coming on the show. We're at least planning it. We'll see if it takes off, but talk about movies that had an impact on society. So anyways, that's my long-winded pitch for please check out Movie Dudes. We'd love to have more listeners and more interaction and all that. Which leads me to what I was going to talk about here, and I'll try to be a little shorter than my Xbox One collection video, because I actually have, what I'm going to show you is my Blu-ray collection, and I don't buy a ton of movies. I don't rewatch movies as much as I would have as a kid, but that said, there's things that have to be in your collection. There's stuff I just find in the bargain bin at Walmart. And that's where a lot of my Blu-rays will be coming from. You see stuff on sale, and you're like, oh, that's too good. $3, I can't pass that up. But there are still movies that every year that I love so much that I'm like, I have to own that. I can't not own that. So I'm going to try to get through these all. Despite the fact that I don't buy a lot of movies, I actually have some stacks here to get through. So I'll try not to talk too long on any one movie. So let's take a look at what I own on Blu-ray. And this is Blu-ray only. All my DVDs I put in the fucking storage. So, and I'm going to start with the crown jewel of my collection, which is this. It's the Halloween complete collection, 15 discs, 15-disc deluxe edition. It has every Halloween movie made, including the Rob Zombie ones. And this is a must-own for any fan of Halloween. I know I actually talked about this on... This is the last video I did before today. Talking about this collection. And I was going to review all the movies, which I have not done, and I'm sorry. But anyways, if you are a fan of the series, there's no better... One, you're getting everything here. Two, there's extras for every movie. Like, long extras, documentaries about the making of films for every movie in the series. You have the producer's cut of Halloween 6. This is just... There's a 4-hour documentary on the Rob Zombie one. Like, there is... But even the lesser ones. Even Halloween 2. Even Halloween 3. I'm not saying they're lesser. They're actually... I actually think this series 1 through 3 is the best. But even 4 and even 5 has a making of that is not just a little featurette. It's a full-on 30-minute thing at least. If you're a fan of just Halloween, yeah, you could probably get a good Blu-ray version of Halloween 1. But if you love this series, this is a must-own. And I said it's the crown jewel of my collection. And I said I wasn't going to go on too long on any one of these, and there I go, already talking too much. Second up, the Friday 13th collection. I love these as well. I've been eyeing it for... I was eyeing it for years. I finally bought it. It has all 12 Friday the 13th films. Jason X, the reboot, Friday the 13th. Everything. I wouldn't say the extras are as amazing as on Halloween or whatever. It's nice to have them all. You even get the 3D glasses with the Friday the 13th 3. I'm happy to have it in my collection. And since I'm going through these sets that I have, I guess I'll finish up with, I think, the other ones that I have. Yeah, okay. Die Hard collection. The original Die Hard, one of my favorite, probably my favorite action movie ever made. This is just kind of a no-brainer. You could usually find this, I don't think I paid too much for it. And it has all four, well, at the time, it was all 4 Die Hard movies, and no one wants to buy the 5th one. I actually like most of these. Even Live Free or Die Hard, I enjoy. Die Hard 2, I've never been a huge fan of, but whatever. This is a no-brainer. I have Star Wars, the original trilogy on Blu-ray. It's episode 4, 5, and 6. I just, I think I bought this. I had a Best Buy gift card I got for Christmas. I was like, oh, it'd be cool to own these. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not crazy about it, and I was like, well, I'll get those. I don't feel like I need the episodes 1 through 3, the prequels, because as we all know, they're not that great. There's another one I really, really like, and it's the Alien Anthology. And this is what I use to watch through most of our Alien rewatch outside of Prometheus. This is another one. Lots of great extras. Now from here, it's going to be random, and I'm just going to show you what I got. Green Room. It's my favorite movie from last year. I put it at number 1. R.I.P. Anton Yelchin, who's great in this. Great cast all around. Patrick Stewart. And this is just a kick-ass movie. Take no prisoners. Ultra-violent. Anyone could die. It just feels alive and dangerous. And like I said, it's my favorite movie of last year. My favorite movie from the year before, Star Wars The Force Awakens. I thought they did a great job bringing the series back, and it's now fully back from the dead. You got Rogue One, you got The Last Jedi coming out, which I'm really looking forward to, but I think this is honestly my favorite Star Wars movie now. It's got a lot of heart and nostalgia. You realize how much you love and miss these characters. And yeah, and the new characters are fun, and you like them. I'm instantly already into them. I can't wait to see what happens next. So, next, La La Land, which I think I put at number 2 for my top 10 last year. Not huge into musicals, but you got Ryan Gosling, you got Emma Stone, you got Damien Chazelle directing. You got wonderful music in it. just likable characters. It's a fun, lighthearted movie. Like it's a joyful experience to watch, and it has a pretty damn good ending. Not total 100%, pure joy, but more bittersweet, closer to real life. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What a fucking edition is this? 40th anniversary, all new 4K restoration. I don't have a 4K TV, but whatever. I just can't help myself every time I see Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a new format. I have to buy it. I don't know what it is. There's usually not more good stuff on it. I mean, there's some stuff on this, but I'm sure some of it's recycled. I just love getting different box art for it. That's like a stupid little thing, but whatever. Up next, It Follows. One of my favorite movies from a couple years ago. This is one of my favorite horror movies in a long time. Cat, that's it. Get out of here. Go. It's one of my favorite horror movies in a long time. I love the synth soundtrack, and it's just fun and creative, and it feels... Shut up, everybody! I don't know. It just feels like something that's like a classic, like that you're gonna rewatch over and over. I've seen it a couple times. Probably, most Halloweens. Check it out. Louie, shut up! Deadpool. I had a blast seeing it in the theater, and so when it came out on Blu-ray, I was like, I'll buy it, I guess. I haven't rewatched it since I bought it and I watched it, but I have not watched it again since. But it's a funny movie. Like, I'm not huge on hero movies at all. I'm like sick of them, but it's different. It's fun. The Witch, which I think is a little overrated, but I've watched it a couple times now. I think I appreciate it a little bit more each time. I don't think it's as scary as critics made it out to be. I don't think it's as great as critics made it out to be. But I do appreciate the setting. I appreciate the dialogue. I appreciate some of the things that are going on in there. Like I said, I really do like the dialogue. It's almost like Game of Thrones. It's like this stylized, formal type of dialogue. And here it's based on the way real people talked. Anyways, I appreciate it. I won't say... Louis, shut up! Sorry, my dog's just... He's gonna bark. Shut up! Great science fiction film from a couple years ago, Ex Machina. It's one of the best science fiction movies I've seen, probably. It's about this guy who goes to his boss's house, and his boss is like this crazy CEO to test the AI to see if the AI is convincing enough to pass for human, and I'd say the AI passes that test. If you like sci-fi and you haven't seen that one, check it out. It's slow burn, it's talking. I think good sci-fi could be that, but it's got a cool ending, and when the music kicks in at the end, I love that score. I'm going to go through these real fast. I don't think there's much that needs to be said. Breaking Bad. This channel was kind of founded on Breaking Bad. Me talking about the episodes every week. And if you were paying attention there, that was only 4. I don't have season 5. So I guess I'm not a true fan. Moving right along. Stephen King's The Mist, which I bought because I remember kind of liking it. And really digging that the ending was as bleak and as ballsy as it was. And it's pretty cool too because this is a pretty good edition of it. I want to say I bought this used somewhere for cheap. And it has the black and white version, which is cool. This I also bought used. This is Whiplash, my favorite film from 2014. I saw it at a pawn shop, or whatever pawn shop will say, for like $3, and I was like, I must own this. I wanted to have it anyways. Like I said, this is a great movie. This is from the same director as La La Land. He actually made this to help get La La Land made. This is like kind of his like demo showing that he can make a movie, and this is honestly, I think, better than La La Land. It's about a crazy music teacher who's like very blunt and brutal with his students, and whether kind of asks whether is that a good thing or not. Blair Witch Project, which I love Blair Witch. I don't mean to make a weird face. I love it. It's just there's no benefit to owning it on Blu-ray. You could watch it on VHS, and it's gonna be as good. I love the movie. I don't know what to say about it. The extras, I think, are pretty much all from older versions of it. For some people, it doesn't hold up. For me, it does. But I could see, I could start to see why now some people don't love it as much. It's better than the new one. Elf, which my girlfriend bought. I'd never seen it before, so she was forcing me to watch it. I thought it was fine. It's okay. I'm not like some people that like love it. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. This is I want to say it's Sidney Lumet. It might be his last film. But it's these like two fuck up brothers, Ethan Hawke and Philip Seymour Hoffman, both great actors, and really miss Seymour Hoffman. They come up with a plan to like rob their parents, and it goes really bad. If you like crime thrillers, it's I think I rewatched it like a year or two ago when I found this real cheap, and I seem to remember it not being quite as good as I remember, but it's worth a watch. Worth checking out if you're into the genre. Scream, the original Scream, which I bought around Halloween last year or the year before. I don't know if this movie gets enough credit, man. Like, when this came out, in 96, I want to say, I was like in high school, and it blew me away. It's just a phenomenal movie. I think that it spawned like a trend in the horror genre that I don't know if it's regrettable. I think that a lot of movies that tried to do what Scream did afterwards, it ended up becoming kind of a really, ironically, like stale period for horror, which is weird because like this movie revitalized the whole horror genre because it was kind of about it and poking at it and parodying it, but it's not like a straight parody. It's still a genuine horror movie as well, and a really good one with a great twist. Like a really awesome like last half hour to this movie. Say what you will about the series as a whole, but I don't think you can take away from this. Say what you can about the series, or what you will about the series, and say what you will about what this movie spawned outside of it. That this one holds up, and it's a good movie. So I don't regret buying that. I think it was one I bought to show my girlfriend because she had never seen it or whatever. This isn't a movie. This is a promotional Blu-ray about Disney parks, which, yes, I did actually buy from Best Buy. I'm a bit of a Disney freak. I don't think it's something I've ever talked about on YouTube, but there you go. Monster Squad, straight from the Walmart Blu-ray bin, $8 or whatever. Loved this movie as a kid. I think I rewatched it when I bought it. It's still pretty cool. It's like an 80s movie with all the old Universal monsters in it. Here's another bargain bin one. It's Cabin in the Woods. As you can see, never opened. I don't love Cabin in the Woods, and obviously I've not rewatched it to update my opinion on that. Gone Girl. This was an impulse buy when it came out. I didn't feel like waiting around to get it from Netflix or wherever. And it's pretty dark thriller, and it's enjoyable for a single watch for sure. I don't know if it's one where it's like, hey, buy and add this to your collection, but it was a good, it was a fun viewing, and my girlfriend loved the Psycho Girl stuff in it, so. Look at this. You can't call me not a real fan, because before the box set, I had Halloween 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. One cool thing about Halloween 2 on Blu-ray, and one of the reasons I bought it, is it has Terror in the Aisles, which is it's a whole nother movie. But it's not really a movie. It's kind of about the horror genre. I mean, I guess you could call it a documentary or whatever, but it's very slight. What it is clips of horror movies with, hosted by Donald Pleasance. And it doesn't say on here. I know it's not just Donald Pleasance, but it's a cool thing to watch. The Others, which I know I got it as like a Black Friday sale off Amazon. I think I still haven't watched it. I don't think I've ever seen The Others. Everybody Wants Some. It's Richard Linklater's sequel to Dazed Confused, kind of. This one I bought because, well, I'm a huge fan of Dazed Confused. And I wanted to see this so bad. It was not playing at any theaters near me. It was taking forever to get to video. And I think I just got to the point where I'm like, I don't want to wait for it to be on Netflix or whatever. And I don't think I was able to rent it digitally. I don't know. The day it came out, I bought it. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's like basically kids at college. And it kind of follows like this guy who's like a jock joining this house with like other jocks. And the jocks are, more human than they are portrayed in other movies. And it's just a nice like kind of slice of life type thing. It's nowhere near what Dazed Confused is, but it's a fun watch at the very least. I saw The Devil, which fuck yeah, this movie's amazing. Crazy Korean film about a guy taking revenge on a serial killer and them just going after each other for 2.5 hours. Amazing movie. I think this was my #1 film the year that it came out. Still talking about doing a remake, which I'm not 100% opposed to. And it was supposed to be the guy, why can't I think of his name now, who did The Guest, and he did, what the hell was that awesome horror movie one? Why can I not think of it now? It's probably in this collection, so we'll get to it. But anyways, we'll see on that. Pulp Fiction never opened, so I must have just saw it and got it cheap. You know what? I think this was another like Black Friday type thing, but I mean, obviously, the only reason it's not open is I've seen it so many times. But seeing as how I bought it on Blu-ray, I should check it out sometime. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. I think I made a point to buy these movies. Or at the very least, this one. Because as far as I'm concerned, Kill Bill Volume 1 is one of Quentin Tarantino's best movies. It's easily one of my favorites. And honestly, it stands alone. You don't need to see Volume 2. I know people will be like, that's weird. Because in this, she's going after, the guy and the other group of assassins that killed her. And in this one, she only gets like 1 or 2 of them. Really, most of it is focused on her going get the Lucy Liu character. And so, it'd be like, well, the story's not finished unless you see how she kills the rest. I guess, but by the end of this movie, she fucking kills like hundreds of fucking people getting to Lucy Liu. She takes her out, and she's just like, I'm coming after you, motherfuckers. And that's kind of, to me, that's all you need. Like, this is great and exciting, and I think it's like 90 minutes. It's all sorts of like crazy and experimental, like cool shit, like just cool, memorable scenes, amazing music, amazing score. Just a whole lot to like about this. It's a perfect like 90-minute like revenge movie, and then this is just this plotting slow, long, boring, like follow up or conclusion to the story that I don't need. I'll watch this again and then not watch this one after it. I don't hate Volume 2. And in fact, I actually really love the last half hour of Volume 2, which is an extended conversation between her and Bill. It's fine, it's cool, but like I'm just trying to make the point that I think Volume 1 is like a masterpiece. Oh, I have one more collection here that I missed. Back to the Future. I like all these movies quite a bit. I think the first two are amazing. And the third one's still pretty fun, too. I mean, what else can you say? I think the first one is just a classic. As a kid, I liked the second one the most. I don't think I'd still say that. But the second one, it's just, I think what I loved about the second one when I was a kid is it goes into the future, which is now the past in real life. But just seeing like future technology and stuff like that, and like what Robert Zemeckis and company thought the future might look like, and and like the second one's crazy wacky too, like with the different timelines and him going back into the past again and seeing him from the first movie and interacting with that. Like there's a lot of things that I really liked as a kid, but I think the first one, that really basic idea of like, could you see your parents as teenagers, like that's what makes that one classic. Third one, not a whole lot of time travel shit, but it's alright. The Shining, I made a point of buying because my girlfriend had never seen it, I don't think. I don't know. It's fine to own, there's nothing really on this, but it's The Shining. I don't hold The Shining as high regard as everyone else, but I still think, I'm not going to argue with anyone about it either. And I do enjoy it, so. What does that sound good? What the hell just happened? I got some sort of leakage going on in this thing. That's not good. Take care of that later. Anyways. Really weird. The Dark Knight. I think I probably own this since it came out on Blu-ray. I mean, it's The Dark Knight. I think it's the best Batman movie. Batman Begins is close, but, Heath Ledger in this. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which I think is, it's the first one, the James Franco one. I like both the first two movies. I'm interested to see how the third one turns out. Child's Play. There's actually a decent amount of features on this, and I've always been a fan of the first one. I know a lot of people think that this series is like silly, and I don't know, not silly, not scary, stupid. I guess for the most part, but I do think that this first one is pretty potent, and especially when I was a kid, man, I remember being freaked out when he finally comes to life. He's like, "What's up, bitch?" He like twists his head around on her. Holy shit. Election. This is a great political comedy about a high school election, and Matthew Broderick is a teacher in it who gets involved with this crazy, very ambitious student played by Reese Witherspoon. This movie's just funny and great in many different ways. It has something to say, too. The only reason this wasn't open, it's still sealed, because Election was on Netflix streaming forever. So I had no reason to rewatch it when I bought it, because I had rewatched it. Oh, this really pisses me off to see. Wow, am I a fucking idiot? Prometheus on Blu-ray. Guess what? I paid to rent this digitally last week when we were doing our rewatch of all the Alien movies. So that goes to show you, and it's sealed. I had a perfect excuse and everything to rewatch this again, and I did by renting it digitally. Now there. Let me know if you've ever done that, because that seems like an idiot move that maybe only I could make, but you never know. Chasing Amy. I love Kevin Smith movies, and I don't think I own most of them on Blu-ray, but this is one I do have just because I think it was in the bargain bin. Here's one I bought. I want to say I bought it when I bought my Star Wars trilogy. It's a horror movie. I want to say about vampirism. I thought it sucked. I think it might have been found footage as well. I just thought it sucked. It was on the shelf. It had like good quotes on the box. Like I did a little quick search on my phone, had some good reviews and stuff, but I thought it fucking sucks. I don't like that being in my Blu-ray collection. Hesher. I mean, this movie is criminally overlooked. Nobody ever talks about this. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like this crazy, like kind of rocker dude, drinker, drugs, who like moves in on this grieving family. He like kind of like just starts like squatting in their house essentially, and the dad is so fucked up from losing his wife that he kind of allows it to go on. And there's funny parts, there's dramatic parts, and despite the fact that this guy, people could look at him like a loser or delinquent, bad character, whatever. He does teach the family some lessons along the way, which I think are very, like this movie kind of hits close to home to me, and really love it. I just really like overlooked. If you haven't seen Hesher, check it out. One of my favorite movies ever made, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's wonderful sci-fi. If you have not seen that, you need to correct that. Stand By Me, another bargain bin buy, but nice to have in the collection for sure. Warrior, nobody talks about this. This is one of the best fight movies ever. I'm sure I've done a YouTube video about it before. But like, I don't know, most fight movies like build to, first off, like take the Rocky movies. They build like one big fight at the end. Here, it's like an hour of fights at the end. It's amazing. And they're just exciting. Like, they're better, because it's MMA and not boxing. Like, I think the fights are more exciting. And just, this movie's fucking awesome. Super 8, I remember liking it in the theater. I didn't love it as much as everyone else when it came out, but it's like a nice, homage to, early Spielberg and that kind of whole era of film. Friday Night Lights, I think, is a great sports movie. I don't know, just like some grit to this, and it is, doesn't quite build up to the big game or whatever and end in the way you expect. Wall-E, one of my favorite Pixar movies. The original Toy Story, which is, I own it, so I guess I liked it. I think I like the second one more, but I don't know. Can't go wrong with Toy Story. Gremlins. This is that 80s era of movie that I was talking about. Love this movie. I'm getting to the end here, don't worry. This is the movie I was trying to think of before. It's called You're Next. It's like a slasher film. Who is that director? Why can I not remember his name? Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett writing. Dude, this movie blew me away. Just a nice twist on the genre. And then he went on to do The Guest, which was also amazing. And so I had complete faith in him to do whatever he was going to do next. And I thought that Blair Witch would have been better than it turned out. Hopefully, dude, what in the hell happened with this thing? It's like leaking like crazy. Like, I don't know what happened or what. Anyways, it's for me to worry about later. Speaking of fight movies, Creed, I like it quite a bit. I know I was just saying, Warrior is so much more exciting because it's not boxing and, it's an hour fight. Yeah, I stand by all that still. But this is a good, update, on Rocky. Essentially kind of remaking Rocky, but with Apollo Creed's son. And then Rocky is his trainer in this, filling the Mickey role. Sylvester Stallone knocks it out of the park. I think he got robbed on that Oscar, and it's a good movie. It's a little long. There's things about it I don't think 100% work. I think the main character, the title character, is like some of his motivations are, I don't know, kind of thin, and I still really like it though. Like the movie has pure love for the Rocky series and for these characters, and it was a good way to bring it back and make it interesting again and relevant. The Guest, which I've mentioned a couple times now, it's unopened just because this was on Netflix forever, so I think I watched it like 5 times on Netflix. I freaking loved The Guest. Just kind of like it's like an 80s style, like domestic thriller with a little action thrown in. Wonderfully charismatic performance from the main character / villain. You got the chick from It Follows in this. Great score. I cannot stress how much I love The Guest. That's it. So, I tried to make it fast. I mean, I went through my whole Blu-ray collection in a little over 36 minutes. And that included 4 minutes of me plugging movie dudes, so. Anyways, that's my collection. I'm adding John Carpenter's Starman to it because I enjoyed it so much. I saw it through Netflix and on disc, and it was like a real old DVD that was standard aspect ratio, and so it's cutting off a big chunk of the picture. So I really loved it a lot and want to see it, in a proper presentation. So I just bought that Blu-ray. I got that on the way. Who knows what else I'll be getting, but that's how my Blu-ray collection stands as of May 2017. And thanks for watching, and we'll see if I do more. Never know.